waited for this day.
Me and you both.
I didn't know whether this day would come with DMX or just you or the two of you, but I've waited for this day.
But I knew this day was going to come, but I didn't know that it was just going to be me and you. And X, I'm sure, will be coming along in the near future.
Based on, his past and what he's going through right now, and my obligation to the good people of New York with a hot mic, I was being entertaining but telling the story, and I get it where people are apprehensive. I was so disappointed when he missed coming to our show. We were supposed to he was going to do Party Up, which, as a show, you pay for that. So we got the Party Up payment done. We got the round trip tickets, first class for, whatever he wanted. The car service was sitting outside of his house down south.
Really?
Yes.
See, because at that time, me and him just started speaking again. So back then, but I heard about it.
Yeah. Oh, it was bad. You and he got together as children.
We got together as we were children. We met when we were 11.
Mm-hmm.
And the story, when we met, I was raised as a Muslim. Very strict parents.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't come outside. Only when we had to go to the store. So I see this young boy coming out. I'm coming out the building. I see this young boy with a black dog. And he's giving a demand. So because 8 kids, 1 television, I don't get much excitement.
Okay.
So, or entertainment, I should say.
Right. So he was very entertaining.
Yes, he was very entertaining. And cute. Little young boy, runs down the street, makes a command to an old woman, takes the pocketbook, and run passes me. Serious, this is a true story.
So he snatched a bag with a dog in front of you.
Snatched a bag from an old woman, a pocketbook, and ran past me and said, didn't say anything, I'm sorry, but gave me this look like, you better not say anything. Mm-hmm. And from then on, I was just like, oh my God, like, he's gonna rescue me, that's my hero. Good girl, bad guy.
I get it. And did you guys live near each other? Apparently you did.
Yep, I lived 2 blocks up on Linden Street, and he grew up on School Street, the projects down.
So what did your strict family say when they found out that this is your boyfriend?
Oh, well, okay, now, from 11 years old, we didn't see each other after that, because I was always had to be in the house. But we got together again when we were 18, and I introduced him to my father, and he didn't have a great rep. He, used to be doing his thing in the hood,
Your father?
No. X didn't have a great rep at all. Because, he's very rebellious. He didn't have a great relationship with his mom, so he was just out there.
Yeah.
And people were just like, you're dating who? Earl Simmons, a.k.a. DMX, the one who going around rapping and robbing and stealing. And I was like, yeah. You
were married. Not a hood marriage. She wasn't wifey. So how long, Tashera, were you and X married?
We were married for 15 years, together 25. That's more than half of my life.
4 children.
4 children.
The oldest is 24.
24.
A boy.
A boy.
So this boy has seen everything. He's seen his father go on the road. He's seen mommy up at night screaming and crying. He's been, your children, I would imagine, like, when you go on tour with X, whenever you had time, you wouldn't bring the kids.
No, only if it was summertime.
So it's like the crazy house, and then X and the substances.
So Xavier was, how old was he then? He was like 7, 8 years old. And he wasn't really paying attention to a lot of things that was going on. And a lot of the bull crap that was going on was always outside of the house. One thing I have to give to X, his family, because he's never, I shouldn't say he never, but we both grew up very dysfunctional. I was abandoned as a child. He went through things with his mom, so we wanted to come together and create this great environment for our kids.
How old's the youngest?
The youngest is 12 now.
Now I'm sitting with the woman who bore the children of the man who left me hanging on the Wendy show. And I'm on Hot Topics like, no, DMX will not be here, and I repeated the story. So now their friends hear about that. How are your children dealing with their dad now?
We're in a better place now.
Yeah.
Where they're coming together because of, and I'll be honest with you, because no matter what, I always stuck on. I don't care how dysfunctional. I know what it feels like to grow up with no mother and father. So, and so does he. So, regardless of all the dirt and the bad stuff that happened, I always I always spoke positivity. So, they deal with him with love.
I saw Xavier on Fix My Life.
Fix My Life.
Were you happy with that appearance that he made? Because he fought with his father on there like cats and dogs.
I wasn't happy with that. I didn't want Xavier. Well, first it was supposed to be me and X, but then Xavier said he wanted to do it. So I was against it because I know how he's very intimidated by his dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, only, that voice, something about that voice. X never had to beat the kids. All he had to say was, sit down, I read that's it, it's over. So I was just like, are you ready? And he said, I'm ready. And we had no idea it was going to go like that. But as you can see, Xavier was challenging his dad.
Yes.
And I'm sure I don't know if you do know, but in this industry, no one's really challenging you when you get to a certain level. So I think that X didn't like that. And that's why it went the way it went.
Did she fix his life temporarily? I mean, has he ever gotten his life fixed temporarily?
I think he's going in that direction temporarily here and there. It's a battle.
Were you getting high with him all those years?
Never.
Coke, weed?
Never drank, never coke, never nothing. I occasionally.
How do you put up with that?
You know what? When you meet someone when they're so young and you get to know that person.
Yeah.
And then you see they literally gain the world and lose their soul from this industry.
Got it.
It's no way, even if I thought about it, I can't even go that way. I felt like I was the backbone.
Yeah.
I had to be there.
I guess he was more of a patient than a husband. Was he a patient? More
You know what? To be honest with you, towards the ending, the more I grew, it started to feel like that because I lost myself. And when you're when you're nursing someone,
Gotcha.
You're totally nursing them, and I wasn't nursing myself.
How long have you all been divorced?
We only been divorced since December.
Does he pay alimony? Because, depending on what you read or where you go, DMX is $10 million in the hole now.
He does now, since I've taken him to court. Before we were really, really, really on bad terms. And it was just because I knew who he was before everything, and my pride wouldn't let me even go to court, so I never even went to court to even file. But once I did, it was on.
So what did you do for money? How'd you take care of the kids?
Speaking engagements, and to be honest with you, just God. I mean, it's unreal how I kept it together. I don't even, sometimes, I know it was nothing but God.
I didn't want you to be on that show, by the way.
Which one?
You were
Star
on...
Wives?
Yeah.
You didn't want me to be on
No.
Why?
I don't know. Mm-mm.
You know what? I get a lot of offers, and I still turn them down to this day.
Yeah.
That one, the only reason why I agreed was because all the women were with them from day one, like I was.
Yes.
And I don't know if you got a chance to see, but I really brought my real life into it. I was really.
Yeah, you really did.
I did. Where everyone else kind of, well, I don't want to say they didn't want to, but they weren't where I was.
So, being married to X and the substance abuse, what type of people were in and out of you all's house in those years? Like, would he sit there and disrespect the household by sniffing or whatever in front of you?
I'm telling you, I don't know I think people want to know. I guess they try to think because of the way X seems really a radical that people think that is going on like that in the house, but I'm telling you, we had nannies. I mean, it was a normal, civilized home. And I'll be honest with you, because I kept it that way. Not like I don't think he would went left.
Right.
But it was so important for me, and I think for him, that our kids didn't grow up. Because it would have been so dysfunctional. Like, if he would have been raving and doing drugs in the house and doing crazy stuff, my kids would have been destroyed.
Back when I worked at Hot 97, and X wasn't X.
Oh, you gave him a CD?
But I was popular. No. He gave me, look, this is the saddest story ever. Damn it, man, Wendy, why'd you do that? Because I was high. Also. But he gave me, I finished my shift and I'm on my way to my nightlife and I'm already popular. I don't know who you are. And furthermore, it's late out. Who are you by yourself just approaching the window of my Pathfinder to give me, no. All right, so I made a crack, took the cassette, and he had to remind me of this. Threw it out the window at the first stoplight.
Told me.
What an ass. Do you realize that the empire could be mine? You know what I mean? Yeah.
He told me about
But you know what? I identify with him and your situation because of my situation. I still can't understand how it is that you put up with somebody caught up in the drug matrix for so many years. For so many years. Like you could love from afar. But
well, doesn't that tell you a lot about who I am?
yes.
Okay, I was going to say because when I love, I love. And at the end of the day, I feel like, and I don't know if I'm getting too deep with this, but I don't want to be confined to how the world is. Though I feel like the world, when you mess up, when you do certain things, you basically shit on them and you turn your back on them. And regardless of what, I was like, that is my friend, and I am not. And first of all, number one, like I told you, I was abandoned as a child. I had no one. He came in my life, even though I had my family, my sisters and
Were you raised in foster? Because you mentioned 8 siblings earlier in the conversation, but you also mentioned growing up Jehovah's Witness. So were you adopted?
No. So my mom, no, I was raised a Muslim. My mom